Mr. Speaker, worthy members of the opposition, my esteemed partners and members of the parliament, thank you for being here today. For the opposition, they mentioned a few points that I did have, that I see some issues or holes within that argument. For the first one, I want to mention the argument that they made about being able to socialize when you're watching a movie. Although you can socialize after you've watched the movie in the theaters, it's not socially accepted for you to be talking inside the theaters, going to the next person and it's like, hey, how have you been? What do you think of the movie so far? That's considered as rude because it disturbs the peace of the other enjoyers around you in the theater or maybe in a household when they just want to be focusing on the movie. However, books are completely different. If you are reading with another person, it's a lot more accepted to ask them for maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes at a time to be like, to say, hey, did you read got to this part? Have you do you know what they mean on this section of the words? I don't understand this, or maybe I understand this and I want to talk about it. It's a lot more accepted to do that with the book when you're in a book group than when it's compared to when you're in a theater or when you're at home watching a movie with your friends and family or the people around you inside a theater. The second point I found holes within in the argument that the movie is better than the book is when it was mentioned that a book is more time consuming compared to a movie. I find that inaccurate because if you're watching a movie, you feel obligated to watch throughout the entire movie. There's no point in pausing in the middle of it. It does not feel right. And I can say that for a lot of people, probably feel that they don't want, if they go into a theater, the theater's not going to be pausing the movie in the middle of it, and then you want to come back. Say if you have an important errand to run or something comes up in the middle of it, you have to stay there for within the 1, 2, or 3 hours that the movie is being played throughout. A book, however, you can stop at any time, in any chapter and any word. You can fit this into your schedule perfectly because you can maybe read a page or two and then you can go back to work, maybe take a 15-minute break within work and then read a few more chapters, go for another hour once you're in your lunch break, maybe spend another hour with the book. No matter where you stop, you are not obligated to continue, and it's not going to be, and because you're not obligated to continue, the book isn't going to creep up and sacrifice a lot of the time that you may be placing into other responsibilities that you may have with your life. And although, yes, the book may be longer than the movie itself, but like I mentioned, it's a lot more convenient to spread it out throughout your day or throughout the month rather than having to stay there and be stuck and forced to watch 2 hours of the movie, which may possibly sacrifice a lot of the time they need to spend on other important topics or important responsibilities of your life. For all these reasons, vote for the government.